So this is where we sit. I went and pulled the trigger on getting my first track day ticket, and I did it kind of as an anticipatory thing I knew I need to get a lot of things straightened out beforehand, so one of which was just gloves, so found some of those. Some RS Tai Chi, pretty nice, 130 bucks or whatever. And then I was gonna get the SMX 6 or whatever for like $260, but then I found some SuperTech R's on Facebook, Track Day Junkie whatever thing. Got those for like $225 I think, so we're already adding up. I had this old suit from a long time ago too, just wanting to do track days. First thing I got used on eBay for a few $100. It's good now. It's got a little bit of scuffs, nothing crazy. Took a little bit of a tumble back in its day, but I think we'll be good in it. Got some new sliders for it, so maybe 20 bucks there. The bike is another story. My street bike slash stunt bike, which I hate the name, hate that word. But yeah, it's geared down, it has a handbrake, does fun slow wheelie. So that's actually what I'm taking to the track, so let's see how that conversion is going. So this is where we sit. It is... Hey, get back in there. Get back in there. September 2nd. Track day is on the 7th. To change the oil. New tire plus installation, 120 plus 30, so 150. Gonna use the same chain and sprockets. The gearing's a little tall, not gonna lie, but I've watched videos in the advanced class. Some guys weren't even getting into 6th gear, so I think I'll make that 48 tooth work. I got these track plastics used once for just 100 bucks actually. So 100 bucks for those. Painted them black and then did this graphics kit from Factory Effects or whatever for 90 bucks. Hey, yeah, we're ready to ride for sure. What was this? 150. So I bought this bike. The front of this cut off. The dumbass, yes, cut it off because he wanted a Street Fighter headlight to mount to the forks, and that was in the way, so he cut it off. So I mocked up some of this aluminum to just go around all sides. Drilled it, bolted it to the intake, and then I had my friend weld it together, so that's on. And then I shot it with some of that graphite spray paint with a little bit of black underneath of it, and it matches fairly well. Oof. Yeah, I don't think that tire's gonna work. So I have a track takeoff I could put there. So another 30-40 bucks for install. Need to take this out because there's no way to mount it. I need to still find a place to mount this inside the front nose fairing. First step is going to be to drain the oil. Okay, now we need to find a way to mount up the rectifier or whatever that thing is. Yeah, rectifier. I know this is kind of a thing with these bikes. So I'm doing like on the sides so that it gets some cool air. I think I'll just try to tuck it up under the nose somehow. So, yeah, this little guy right here. First thing I wanted to do was try to get this wheel figured out because the front axle takes a 22mm hex. I called the parts store down the street and they didn't have a 22mm hex. So the closest bike shop is probably 20 minutes away, and since I need to take the front wheel there, I hate to drive there for just a nut, drive back, etc. Okay, so the parts store ended up having large spark plug remover, I think it was called. And then this end happened to fit perfectly inside of a 22mm socket, which means we have a 22mm hex for $2. So I'm just going to try to shave it off a little bit so that I can stick it in and have a little something to pry on.